The head of campus, staff and students of Bangalore, Arya campus, Ratipelli, Ravuka campus, Madhwata, Idaki campus. Distinguished guests, representatives from our industry, stakeholder partners, parents, well-wishers, graduates, media partners, boys and girls, Bulasia, and a very good morning to you all. First and foremost, thank you very much for having me here in your beautiful town this morning to officiate at the fourth and the final Technical Colleges graduation ceremony for our students. As I look across the room, ladies and gentlemen, I see Lambasa hospitality. So thank you very much, and thank you for being here with us this morning. To all the parents and all the relatives and all the well-wishers who have gathered here to support our 204 graduates, thank you very much. And I'm sure the graduates here this morning appreciate your kind support throughout their journey in achieving what they have achieved. As mentioned by the director, who happens to be my secondary school colleague as well, I come from the education background. In the secondary school. I taught in secondary schools around the Western Division for 23 years. And one thing that always bothered me was, what do our school dropouts do? As teachers, we come across students in our classrooms with varying abilities. Not all are academically gifted. And I think as parents you know that. Not all your children can perform as equally good as those smart ones in the school. But that doesn't mean that your children don't have other potentials. So as parents, you have a very important role to play in ensuring that you understand your child. Sometimes as parents, we want our children to become doctors, become lawyers, become engineers, architects, and the list goes on, the white-collar jobs. But you've got to understand, like I said, not every child is academically gifted. And as an educator, as an administrator in the school, I always used to think, what happens to the child who comes last? Or what happens to the child who doesn't pass? No matter how hard we teachers try, sometimes our efforts are in futility. So these children would drop out of schools and they would go and find some odd jobs, or they would get into stuff that they should not be doing, and they miss out. Now, as part of the Fijian government's vision to ensure that we have an educated society, technical colleges were established. And these were established under the leadership of our former Minister of Education, Dr. Reddy. And I think it is only right that I acknowledge and I note his initiative to set up the technical colleges around the country. It was not an easy task. But the Honorable Minister at that time with his team went around the country trying to see where and how best technical colleges could be established. So that led to the establishment of technical colleges in Fiji with the cabinet approval. And today we see the fruits of that. We've had close to, I think later on I'll tell you how many students have actually gone through our technical colleges, how many students have actually got jobs. And these students would not have an opportunity to gain what they have gained had we not established the technical colleges. Okay? And you also know that as a government we provide support to all children who enroll in technical colleges, taking away the burden from the parents. You don't have to pay fees for your children when they go to technical colleges. They are catered under the tertiary education loan scheme. So as a brief to that, and if I can put on record my appreciation to all our teachers and all our educators and all our tutors and the faculty staff around the country, whether they are in ECE, whether they are in primary school, whether they teach in secondary school, whether they teach at technical colleges or whether they teach at the universities that we have, for the tremendous work that we do. Okay? So can we put our hands together for all the teachers who have impacted our lives? It's very important. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll be forgetting the most important people in our lives if we don't thank them today. This Sunday we celebrate Mother's Day. And I think mothers play a very important in your lives. And the graduates, you will agree with me. So can you give it up for your mothers? A round of applause. And of course, not forgetting all the fathers. Your day will also come, but we acknowledge the support that you give to your children. So that's what I wanted to see as a brief. So if we can go back to the graduation ceremony today, whether it's a graduation ceremony in your secondary school, or whether it's you graduate from early childhood into primary school or primary into secondary, needs to be celebrated because you've achieved something. And somebody rightly said that if you embark on a journey, you have to take small steps. And I'm sure the graduates here, you have encountered a lot of challenges. You would have encountered a lot of challenges, and you've crossed that slowly and slowly with the support of the people we've mentioned. Your tutors, your parents, your friends, your siblings. I see a lot of mature students, your spouses, your brothers and sisters, and everybody has contributed to this graduation ceremony that we're having here today. So congratulations to all the 204 graduates, and I'm sure you will do justice to the teachings that you have received from our technical colleges, the skills and knowledge that our tutors have taught you under the leadership of the director, and this will help in your contribution to Fiji's economy. Whatever skills you've learned, whatever knowledge you have gained, whatever challenges you've crossed, I think it's going to make you into a it's going to make you into a better person, and you will contribute to the economy of our country. You sang the national anthem with so much pride. I think that was the best out of the 4 graduations we've had. You sang it with pride. And that's what we need from young people like you. Okay, I'm going to call everybody young. I know there's some young and old. Everybody is young. Okay? The country looks forward to your cooperation. The country looks forward to your contribution in taking Fiji forward. And when you say, God bless Fiji forever and forevermore, I'm sure we all say it with a heart. Okay? So be patriotic. See what you can do for your country, what contributions you can make towards, well, most of you will be joining the workforce, okay? So commitment, dedication is very important, hard work, nothing comes easy. And you, of all the people, should know better the struggles you've gone through. So I mentioned this earlier on in one of the graduations, that a skilled workforce is the hallmark of any developed country. And you are going to be joining the workforce for Fiji, maybe across the Pacific, maybe internationally, with the skills that you've got, okay? And therefore, the skills training that is part of the Technical College of Fiji is extremely important for the economic development of Fiji, or any country for that matter. And I'm proud to say that the Technical Colleges of Fiji are offering very significant skills development program, and of course it's contributing to the national growth. Over the years, we have continued to make progress. Our numbers have continued to grow, but this morning I found out that the Lambasa campus, the technical colleges, the numbers have sort of gone down. We need to look at that, but we continue to encourage those students who fall out through the mainstream education to join the technical colleges. And since 2016, 4,670 students have graduated from our technical colleges. And we found that the most popular program among the campuses is the National Certificate 2 in Kukuri. The demand for specific skills speaks for itself and prepares us to where we are headed in terms of new job creation. Today, the 204 students, 138 from the Vanuatu Arya campus, 51 21 from Ratripalli Revoca campus, Bua, and 15 from Madhuwata campus will be graduating. And I'm again happy to say that I've been reliably informed that 65% of you have already secured employment after your work placements. So again, it's very important that we thank all the stakeholders and all the companies and all the corporate bodies who have given you the opportunity to be part of your training placements. So thank you all. Again, to the students, some of you are already in the workplace, but for those who will be new in the workplace, see this as a new and an adventurous journey in life ahead. You've stepped into the job market. You'll start earning now. But that doesn't mean that is an end to your career. Education doesn't end. And you might have read somewhere people saying education probably is the most powerful weapon that can not only change your life, but change the life of your families and your communities. I stand here very proudly to say that if I was not educated, if my mom had decided not to send me to school or not allowed me to continue through my schoolings, I wouldn't be here. And I know you and I both have something to contribute to our country. So education is for everybody. The Fijian government believes that we need not leave anybody behind, whether you are rich, whether you're poor, whether you're able, whether you're disabled, whether you live in the deepest rural area or you live in the remotest maritime area, we will ensure that education reaches you. To the parents, please ensure that your children go to school. Sometimes we get reports where children are not sent to school. Take advantage of everything that the government is offering. We call it free education. But you might say, well, your responsibility is there too. You need to provide food for your children. We pay the fees, we take care of the books, we take care of the facilities. Your responsibility is to ensure that children reach school on time. We even provide you with bus fare assistance. Your responsibility is to see that your children are healthy. Your responsibility is to see that your children maintain discipline. Good moral values, ladies and gentlemen, you and I both know, is the responsibility of everybody. Teachers in school and parents at the house. We have a lot of discipline problems arising in school. Recently, you may have heard about bullying and all these things. So these are some of the things we can do by working together. Be interested in your children's life. Not only when the child comes home with a problem, then you start jumping up and down. You must be interested. What time your child reaches school, what time your child comes back home, which friends your child has, what company your child keeps, what are his movements, what does he do during his free time. Here's the biggest problem we have is the technology we call phones, mobile phones. I'm sure everybody has a mobile phone. Some people have 2, some people have 3. How much time? It's a very interesting technology actually. Very interesting and very helpful as well. But how do we control the use of that technology which is impacting the life of all of us? I mean, young people, you're glued to social media, right? It's fine, fair enough. How much time are you wasting there on things that could be done some other time? So parents, that is your responsibility. We have very young children who have access to mobile phones. And because of the accessibility to internet connections and the sites that are on the internet, you need to know, why is your child glued to the phone? What site is your child glued to? Is it having a positive impact? Is it having a negative impact? So the use of social media, the control in the use of social media, the access that your children have to technology through mobile phones, etc., is again a parental responsibility. We buy expensive phones for children because they want it. Somebody has it, I want it too. So S9 Plus comes, then S10 Plus comes, all these things come. It's expensive technology. Put it to good use. Use it for research. Use it for networking. Use it to know what's happening across the globe, rather than putting it to uses that may not benefit you at all, rather than putting it to uses that may just be seen as a waste of time. Okay? So I'm sure you are well versed with that, but it's our responsibility to tell you. Again, coming back to the graduates, today you'll be receiving your certificates, recognizing the fact that that you have succeeded in life. But like I said, your journey should not stop here. And as a government, we will assist you to ensure that you continue with your education. You may have heard that we've just announced in Parliament last week that now technical colleges will be managed and transitioned under Fiji National University. The whole idea is to ensure that we continue developing quality courses for our graduates. Okay? Because what Fiji needs is quality people, and I'm sure you are going to add to the numbers of the quality workforce that we need. We can have thousands and thousands of people graduating, but we need to ensure that the courses that you do is internationally recognized. We need to ensure that the courses that is run by institutions are quality, so we can produce quality graduates. And I'm sure we are just doing that. And let me share we've been sharing success stories about where students graduating from technical college have ended up. And let me share this with you. Please allow me to share a success story of your own student from Banwalevo area campus, Krishan Prasad, who graduated years ago, completed a national certificate in cookery. He secured an employment at Sawasi Island after his job placement. The island is managed by an American company. This year, Krishant is given a supervisory role and enjoys his salary with other benefits such as free accommodation, electricity, water supply, etc. He's a 22-year-old boy, and we can see that he's headed in the right direction. And so you will also be given that opportunity. Make use of that opportunity. Look for greener opportunities. Okay, and then we have another pioneer student recruited by FSC Lambasa, who now works as a sugarcane research officer, and he completed his certificate too in horticulture. So success stories like that. Go out there, share your experiences, and inspire other children to continue their education. Okay? You may have a lot of children who dropped out of school for various reasons. They may be too poor, they have discipline problems, they have health issues, they are disabled. But our education system ensures and will continue to ensure that you all will be part of the educated Fiji that we are trying to communicate. So if I can go back and see how much money as a government we're investing, sometimes we can just talk and not allocate resources and funding. It's very important. So the Fijian government, ladies and gentlemen, has allocated a large sum of 255 million in the 2018 and 2019 national budget to assist students or Fijians realize their dream in attaining tertiary qualification. This is only for tertiary qualification. And of course, you know, with the Topper scheme and the tertiary education loan schemes, we are encouraging all students to complete the education. And so those students, well, not here, but those that missed out on the National Topper scheme, you're always eligible to apply for the tertiary education loan scheme. The parents sitting here, you will recall that when we had to go through the school system, we had to pay our own tertiary fees. We actually had to pay the secondary school fees as well. We had to pay fees in school. We've taken that away. And we are trying to encourage students to be toppers for the country, do the best, and go into priority areas where the jobs are needed. Again, if I can focus on quality rather than quantity. So whatever you do, make sure it reflects quality. And we need quality graduates that meet the expectations of our labor market. We are talking with our 3 universities, the Fiji National University, the University of the South Pacific, as well as the University of Fiji, to ensure that we up the quality courses, and hopefully we should be able to do that. You must also understand the needs of the 21st century. I talked about technology. Skills, technology, information, all goes together. And with that comes your love for the work, the passion for the work that you do. If you're graduating in cookery, be the best, whatever you do. And we see that that is a very, very favorite course for a lot of our children. And we want to prepare you for the international market as well. And that's the reason we're taking technical colleges to Fiji National University. And again, I think I'll stop here. I know you want to get your certificates, you don't want to hear me say things. But thank you all, and again to the graduates, congratulations once again. You're very special, okay? And I'm glad that with the Technical Colleges of Fiji's initiative, we have been able to see the day-to-day. We have been able to give you recognition and a space in the community, and I'm sure you will do justice to that. Again, I'll be failing in my duty if I do not acknowledge the work done by the Technical Colleges of Fiji under the leadership of the director, the faculty staff, tutors, trainers, anybody and everybody who has been part of your journey. So thank you very much, and God bless you. It was a pleasure sharing a brief with you this morning. Thank you very much.
Mohammed Fazil. Monish Mohit Prasad. Merci à moi, madame. Semina Togula.
Initial certificate level 2 in bodyworks. Provoker Technical College, Navadambua, to continue.
Masai,